Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the finals of our monthly tournament here at Grey Ogre Games. My name is Mick, I'm one of your hosts, alongside the Canuck, Felix Sir. We're watching the match here between Ilham Mulyawan and Kelvin Chu. Team Kopi Peng versus Team Tasapao. And yeah, Ilham here is playing blue-white control. Kelvin is playing. Do you want to sit down?
Top pro points versus top QPs.
Yeah, top pro points versus top qualifying points.
The top,
That
I
is-
guess the veteran versus the up and coming.
The up and coming, yeah, the upstart, right?
Yeah.
The
What better way to test yourself against the reigning, I guess captain of
Singapore, Singapore team.
I'll join you guys.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, it's like the most I guess currently most prolific player, because before Kelvin, obviously there were a lot of like famous Singapore pro players, or famous to us.
Yeah.
Well, Kelvin, I think Kelvin Chu is the only one who's
The
made it
only
onto
Platinum
TV.
Pro.
Only
So,
Platinum Pro, yeah. Versus Ilham, who is like obviously up
It's
and
our kid
coming.
prodigy.
Yeah, man, Ilham is like amazing. He's what, under 21?
Now he's 22.
Now he's 22. Yeah, last year he was 21. So,
Yeah.
he got into the Grey Ogre Games Invitationals in the under 21 slot, but he was the fourth highest championship point.
So he did well.
This thing. So he
Yeah.
did very, very well, and he only played two of the seasonal qualifier. So, for him to do that, it was what, top four,
And top 8.
top eight,
Yeah.
top four and top eight. Yeah,
That's
that's
very strong. Yeah, very strong
he
finish.
plays Magic like 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Every time after work he comes out to the store and plays some Magic.
strong, man.
So I'm not surprised that he's in this spot right now.
Alright, so Gideon of the Trials, gonna.
So this matchup is very peculiar in a such a way that both players are trying to position to leverage what I call like a mana fight, meaning that if Johan need to tap out, let's say, to play Supreme Verdict to wrap the board, then he's opened himself up to say Kelvin playing like a Jace or something like that.
Right.
Or if he
okay.
has 4 mana open, then he can also float and then cast Collect the Company after the wrap as well.
Right, okay.
And something that for the blue-white players you need to very watch out for, despite Supreme Verdict says cannot be countered, it does not mean it is immune to Spell Caller.
Yeah, that's why, Spell Queller is the exact answer that you want to, to grab a potentially devastating board wipe in the form of Supreme Verdict.
But
Ooh.
at the same time, even if he does hit a Supreme Will, or Supreme Verdict, that is, it's also very dangerous that that Johan can instant speed past the Spell Queller, and then it becomes an instant speed Wrath, which is very devastating as well.
Man, yeah.
So there's a lot of things to watch out for in this matchup, which make it very intriguing.
Man, I didn't think about that. That was like, yeah, of course you have other removal, right? Wow, okay. So Ilham here facing a pretty big board. But I don't think it's anything that he can't handle right now. He's got Supreme
I'm
Verdict.
thinking that the Very Mage is naming Supreme Verdict as well.
Ah, okay. Alright,
I
that
would think
makes
so.
sense.
Yeah.
Even though this is like the best spot for him to island
It's
the
just
Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, because with the rise of humans, some blue-white control decks, especially online, they have started been hedging on the type of Wrath they're playing.
Right.
So you will see some like combination of like Supreme Verdict, Wrath of God, Day of Judgment. Some lists are even running with Jace unbanned now. Some lists are even running like Terminus. So there's quite a few.
Just randomly. I'm just gonna put one off in each slot, just to get around Meddling Mage. Yeah, that makes for a good reason for you to just run out random. What? How many rafts are there? So 4 mana rafts. There's what? Wrath of God, Day of Judgment,
and
Supreme Verdict. That's it, right? Okay. Still, you need like 3 Meddling Mages to name all 3 of those.
Yeah.
A little bit hard. Alright, so Gideon.
Spreading seed.
Is that. Oh, Spreading Sea is going to take down the white source. And
Again, this is very dangerous because now he opened Johan opened himself up to potentially just
Collect the
Jace.
yeah.
But sometimes that you just have to go for it because you are already in a losing board position. So if you don't advance, you are likely going to just fall behind and behind every single turn.
Gideon here going down to 1. Not dead yet, but
I think Ilham went for it because I think the previous turn, Kelvin, it was a perfect scenario for Kelvin to drop a Jace.
Exactly, yeah.
So
yeah.
most likely he just.
Does he want to do it this turn though? No point.
Oh, I have no idea how Ilham's gonna get out.
Well, he's got Path to Exile that will take care of the Meddling Mage.
And I think Kelvin's low on cards as well, right?
Yeah, he's got what?
So
2 cards in hand? 2 cards.
Cluster.
yeah. So for Kelvin, next turn, instead of doing what he just did, attacking with the Meddling Mage, I would probably attack with the Birds of Paradise. This
right.
way, if we have a Path Exile, then it wouldn't be hitting the Meddling Mage, but instead hitting the bird instead. Yeah.
Okay.
And it also helps you to, if he was gonna just flash in a Snapcaster to block, like the flying over it, it's actually very relevant.
Right. Especially since he's got like two noble higher-ups. Then, well, that's only possible because he has 2 noble higher-ups. So let's see.
But the next couple of turns is going to be very, very critical for Johan because that's when he's going to turn the corner.
He just needs a Path to Exile.
Yeah. Can he give up the Jace? I mean, can he give up the Gideon? I think
course he
it's
can.
fine, right?
Yeah.
Like, he can let it go. He's got another Gideon in hand already. So
Kelvin's actually on 3 cards.
okay. So Kelvin's on 3 cards. That's quite efficient.
Yep, Ilham just bottoming both, just looking for that.
I do think there's a path in his hand. I think it's the alternate art of the path.
Path to Exile.
Yeah. Is there?
Clicking his card too
Alright.
fast.
Yeah, I think that there's a path. I saw the path earlier on.
There's a Gideon.
Yeah,
I think
there
there's
we
a
go, yeah.
foil
It's
path.
the-
Yeah.
I see it. I think I see it.
The FNM promo Path to Exile.
Yep, it's a Path.
Yeah, okay,
Yep.
so Kelvin here goes after the Gideon with the Birds of Paradise, which well, he no longer needs anymore.
Now this is actually for a player, the caliber of player that Kelvin is, the fact that Johan think for that 5 seconds of what to do with that Gideon,
You know
that
the-
signals that he might not have a path in his hand.
Yeah.
So these are a lot of, so for our viewers out there or upcoming players, it's good to think ahead of what you're going to do so that when it does happen, you reveal less information for your opponent.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Think about the possibilities. So
Or it's always good habit to just think whether you have it or not. So to make it consistent that your opponent
okay.
cannot tell whether you have something or not.
I was
Yeah,
just making
so
a joke for any blue-white players. Just every time draw step, just look at the top of the card this way. Like, you know, pretend that you have a
Like-
terminus. And then you just
okay.
keep playing around it. Even though you don't play any, just keep doing this.
flip
Yeah,
and then
okay,
draw
no,
the
no
card.
problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Constantly blue-white players outside, just keep doing that.
Just keep your opponent on their toes,
Yeah.
right? Just keep your opponent guessing.
Keep them,
So yeah, Path does get rid of the meddling mage. Now the question is, all right, do I Supreme Verdict right now?
The thing is, as Supreme Verdict, I mean, Johan has to be thinking about the spell quality
Yeah.
that. So it might be actually better to
yeah. I would cast a Gideon.
Gideon instead. Yeah.
And I think we'll see a spell color here.
Okay, so Spell Queller here gonna eat up that Supreme Verdict, but like you mentioned earlier, that's not the
Wow.
end all. Wow.
So
okay,
what happened
he's
is that's
gonna-
on the stack. So Calvin is exactly playing to make sure that he does not lose the line that we talked about earlier.
right.
So,
okay. Instant
yeah.
speed Supreme Verdict, that'll
Yeah.
be really, really very bad.
Yeah.
So he does have to give up, 2 cards, but that Path to Exile is not gonna be helping Calvin
Oh, he gets a
anytime
land as
soon.
well, so
and he gets a land.
Yeah.
But you know that Path to Exile would have been better served to maybe kill a Gideon, which is you know indestructible. It's very difficult to deal with.
I disagree with Yoham's line of play here. I would have gone with the
With the
The
Gideon,
Gideon,
right?
yeah.
The Gideon
Uh-huh.
you know goes way above the spell queller.
I mean, to Calvin's note, the reason that he went in path there, even though it looks like a 2-for-1, is to insulate himself from that potentially instant wrath, and second, you know, if you have to path something on the blue eye player side that's attacking, it's very likely that you've already lost the game already. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. All right, so
This is where the Gideon comes out.
Yeah, this is actually very strong because Gideon comes in, eats the Scratching Goose, and there isn't enough power for the rest of the creature to actually kill Gideon. It would put it down to 2 loyalty, and then the next few turns you can just keep upping it, and
and then and the you know your
No,
opponent's
I think
just
he went for the plus.
yeah, but the plus is not so bad because you know your Scavenging Ooze is only getting in for 2 every turn because you're attacking with your
Well,
Noble
it's-
Hera.
it's
No, you
going
can
for
tap it. Yeah, actually. It's going in for 4, right?
yeah.
Okay. Good point.
Yeah. So this
So
this means
man,
that if he wants to minus this turn,
it's
he will have to lose the. I mean,
you have to lose the Gideon.
Mhm.
So Scavenging Ooze here, number 2.
I really like Calvin's play here. He basically saying that like, hey, right now I just cannot be a Wrath, so might as well play into it. So that this turn, even if the Gideon eats the tap Scavenging Ooze, there's a second follow up threat, so that there is still something to pressure and kill the Gideon.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can't beat it. Might as well.
Play as though it's not there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you? Yeah. The question is, do you have it?
And
whoa,
Ilham
did he
draws
draw?
it?
Oh no.
looks like a white card. Not
I
like
think it's
what
the
they-
planes. So I think for Ilham sense, a land,
okay.
negate, Snapcaster, and Logic Knot.
Yeah. Not very interactive with Calvin's board at all. Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate for Ilham.
No J so far. Both players playing at least 3 Jays in their deck.
And he has he has Celestial Cognate. Ooh,
Yeah.
gets rid of it. Okay.
You can trade a Colonnade away for. No, he can't actually. No, the ooze in the graveyard.
Is there a colony?
Yeah, he
there's
has.
a
He's
Colonnade.
got 2 Celestial Cognades. It's okay. I think he can lose the Gideon.
I think if he has Colonnade in play.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Well, the thing is the ooze is the 5/5 when they
Yeah.
attack, so it's just trading a
Oh no. Oh no.
I think he didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that there was an ooze. So this is where
our Platinum player is just pulling out every little trick, little edges that he can
Yeah.
to
yeah, yeah, that's unfortunate. Like Ilham here just not being able to interact.
and it is extremely worse as well because now he tapped himself out where he could have not the tracker,
Could
and
he? Yeah, he could
Yeah.
have logic not out the
yeah.
tracker.
So he could have just let's say use a Snapcaster to chump block for a turn,
Mm-hmm.
and then not the tracker.
Mm.
So things are kind of
Spiraling
spiraling
out
out of control.
for Ilham here.
Yeah. But again, it's not that he's totally dead. He can just draw Supreme Verdict right here to come back.
What did Kelvin tap the 3 land, the 3 mana dogs for?
That's to float.
Just to float mana and then that's it, so that
So-
they don't have to attack.
They didn't have to attack anyway.
But no, because he want to get the Exalted trigger,
Uh-huh.
so that's why he need to make them tap.
Oh
And-
wait,
he
no,
didn't
but
have
the
to.
Gideon, the Gideon
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
force
so,
him to
yeah.
attack. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Force a habit like
Okay.
you learn new shortcuts every day.
I was like, what's that 3 mana doing that for?
Alright, so Gideon takes up. But I think like right now it's too late for
Yeah.
for Ilhan. It feels like he's lost a lot of ground.
There's a lot of cards that Ilhan could have drawn. Cryptic Command, Supreme Verdict.
Cryptic Command here would have been really good.
Yeah,
like
because any crit command is crit command plus a step cast, so that's two turns to 2 draw.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Dice Tracker is going out of hand right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ilham realizes where the turning point was. That Gideon, that Supreme Verdict versus the Gideon, and there were a lot of other turning points in the game
Yeah.
where we discussed like, okay, the Gideon should have just minus killed the scavenging.
The Gideon should
ooze.
be on turn 5, not the Supreme
Yeah.
Verdict.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that is probably the most critical play to lead
Yeah.
up to it. But then afterwards, there are still
there was still
mini
more-
decision
yeah.
that would have potentially changed the outcome of the game.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Here we go. So tapping down the mana dogs, drawing the extra cards, and making the
so much cards
Mhm.
in the end.
making that tireless tracker huge.
So right now, Calvin can reasonably assume there isn't a Path to Exile in Johan's hand because he would have the tracker before passing the turn, so he doesn't get all these clue token.
Yep.
So if he want to just use one creature to attack Gideon and one into to the dome, it's
I think both have
yeah.
to attack Gideon.
but
yeah.
to play it safe, he did it both anyways. Yeah.
Oh, I'm curious. Why didn't Ilham just make his land?
I think it was tapped.
Yeah.
Only one. The other one is just shot.
No, he
land.
still have 1, 2, 3. No, there's
Now-
a Celestial Coordinate. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he had enough mana to activate the Celestial Coordinate to kill the ooze.
I thought he just played a new one. There's
Oh,
another
he
one?
played another one. Yeah.
Yeah, he had
So he
one
lost
more.
one. He played a new one.
Just
He already
have
has another one.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, but now the tracker just drew Calvin like 6 extra cards. So it's
It's almost lights out. Like if you're drawing that many cards and you're not winning the game, I think there's something wrong. Even Supreme Verdict here, like Kelvin's not gonna commit anything else to the board. Just more lands, get more clues.
Maybe he
And-
commits a Jace to the board.
Maybe.
well,
who knows?
when he would want to play a Jace is when you force Ilham to Supreme Verdict and then you play something to, let's just say, for example, a Spellcaller, forcing to tap out his entire turn to resolve that Supreme Verdict. Then you can play the Jace uncontested.
Right.
Yeah.
But how many hard counters does the blue white control deck play? It has Logic Knot. It's not even a hard
Not
counter.
granted.
No,
So
that's
a
it.
lot of lists. So they most of them run 3 to 4 cryptics,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then they run a bunch of one off counter, like one negate,
Right.
one notching knot, one
Right.
mana leak, something like that. Yeah.
And
It's all
then
conditional.
Yeah.
Is that a game that's ended?
I don't know. I wanna take a look at the other table.
So wait, we get to see the fun part.
Yeah.
Oh hey,
Fun
discarding
Uh-huh.
discarding cards. Okay. We'll transition for a while.
Yeah.
part. Fun part. Is
Alright,
it,
so Jin Hao is playing what? Red black.
Red black.
Yeah.
Hollow one.
Hollow
He's-
one.
the fact that he's going first, meaning he likely lost
Yeah,
the
he
first game.
lost the last game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes. Is there any hollow ones there?
Fengqie,
No,
No
no hollow
discards.
ones.
No hollow ones, which means
And
that
he's gonna
maybe.
gamble,
Is there any there? Is there any? No.
Alright,
let's go back to the
okay, back
Back to the
to
real game.
Jin Hao. Why? What happened? I thought you played Burning Inquiry like immediately. Is
There was a
No,
game
hollow
where he
ones.
discarded 2, but he had one more in his hand.
Oh no.
So, and then the next turn he Goblin Law and put one more into play.
Yeah, Ilham just needs like sweeper or bust, and
I don't think
looks
it
like
is.
Yeah,
bust.
it's all blue cards in his hand.
See negate, but that's about it.
Yeah, so negate, notching knot, and not sure was the third
Do you think
card.
it's? Do you think it's maybe Ilhan is playing against a renowned player that he's making this kind of
Like
mistakes?
unforced error. It feels like unforced errors. I feel.
I don't know how many percentage of people were slam Gideon on that turn thinking about the spell, the open spell queller mana. I mean,
It's
Okay.
also possible because Modern is so wide that
Uh-huh.
he might not have faced this.
oh, he
this
may not have
depth.
seen.
Seen this.
No,
this.
I've okay. So I've played against a variant of this where the guy goes turn one Noble Hierarch and then turn 2 open mana, and I just played like some powerful spell into a spell and I was like, never again. You play this Bant Knightfall deck, you got 3 open mana, like yeah. Go ahead, sir. You can have whatever turn you want. But yeah, you know, you may just not have played against this deck. Like you don't realize what the blue is for. And it's now it's for Jaces, but previously it was only specifically for Spell Queller and Retreat to Coral Helm. So, you know,
There might be some like Reflector Mage, some number of it.
Reflector Mage. Okay, yeah.
Depending on the version, yeah.
The version that you're running, yeah.
And also some sideboard counterspell that but
So yeah, I mean, if you've never encountered, and this Bant Knightfall is not a very popular deck. This and what you call it, the Amulet Titan, not very popular decks. Even though they are very powerful, and even though that you know a lot of very good players out there that run it, it's not very popular. Again, maybe we can add this to the list of decks that you don't just pick up and play. Yeah. In fact, I want to say any deck in Modern you don't just pick up, except for Burn.
So,
Or maybe Hollow One.
Yeah. So
Hollow One
story
is like,
of-
if you play Hearthstone.
the story of why Kelvin Chu was so Junhao wanted to look for a team. Felix wanted to play the event. So Felix is part of the great team Grey Ogre, right?
Uh-huh.
And Junhao said, okay, I'll join you if Kelvin Chu joins.
Uh-huh.
And Kelvin says, okay, I'm going to play this deck, but I'm going to take all the Winsor Heaves. You see the amount of fetch, then he's going to take all the
Yeah,
Jays
yeah.
and Noble Hierarch. So he took like all the cards from humans and he blue white deck. So say I'm only going to play if I'm allowed to play Bant Knightfall.
Wow.
so that's why they're stuck with decks.
This is
that Junhao has stuck with like Black Red Hollow One.
I want to say like, wow, this is the diva attitude, but no, this is the price of you know,
have to play
signing me as a player. You want me to play in your team?
I have to.
You gotta pay the transfer fees.
Yeah, I take all the tier 1 cards to tier 2.
no, Calvin got to write an article next or sometime next 2 week for saying that like, hey, I got a first place with my band I bought deck.
Does he always get in first place with Bant Knightfall deck? Anyway, yeah, so you know that's very
But he's I think he created the deck as well.
yeah. So he was the pioneer playing this deck. Like I mean, there have been you know, I won't say similar versions, but the idea was always there. You have Knight of the Reliquary, and you have Coral Helm. Like the minute they spoiled Coral Helm, Retreat to Coral Helm, like you had this combo, and like people were talking about it, but nobody made the deck, of course, because you know,
No one cares.
yeah, nobody cares, except for Kelvin Chu.
I think a lot of archetype in Modern is still in the same phase where there's some very powerful thing going on, but people haven't tuned to find like the correct or perfect version for it yet.
They haven't found
Yeah.
that the rest of the deck. They know those few cards,
Yeah.
but they haven't found the rest of the deck. And I mean, we're looking at like Hollow One. There have been a lot of different versions. The ones with Vengevine.
I saw one with blue today. Is
Oh
that
yeah, the
some-
blue red. Blue red.
Blue,
Well,
red,
it's not
black.
really. Oh, blue red black.
Yeah,
Okay,
It had all the draw card spells and EZ Charm.
is that charm?
Some
Yeah.
amount of counter spells involved in like protecting a Hollow One.
And it's got Does it have Snapcaster?
I don't think it has that
I
class.
think
okay,
I
so
saw
that's-
Snapcaster because I saw him Snapcaster flashing back ceremony rejection.
Oh my god.
The sideboard,
Okay.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
against Tron, I guess. So yeah, you know, it is constantly evolving. The current best version, quote unquote, is the red black version because you know
It's
it's
the one that's
easier.
putting up performances.
And also, we're playing Team Unified Modern, which means that you know if you practically you want to play a like 2-color deck.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing a multicolor deck, you're probably playing fetch lands, which means that you are, you know, taking away fetch lands from your
Yeah.
teammates.
So today we had to give 3 game losses. For
Because
3 teams that played. Oh my god, you played Winsor Heap too.
oh what?
Oh, no.
What?
We had 6 deltas among us. Yeah, so about 3 teams today. And-
Yeah. So just to be clear, Team Unified
yeah.
constructed just means that you can have only your decks must be distinct. You cannot share card names
Yeah.
between decks. So which
Except
means
basic lands, yeah.
except basic lands, yeah. So which means that if I play I keep saying Polluted Delta. If I play a Faithless Looting, the other two decks cannot play Faithless Looting as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so there's a few times. There's another funny story. You know, Alfion's team. So Alfion's playing with Jerome and I forgot what the other guy's name is.
Brian Kong. Was it Brian Kong?
I think it's Brian. Let's just call him Brian. I think his name might be
It's
Brian.
Brian. But
So
I forget
Alfion
what
was
his
late to the event, right? So the team had
Got
to
match
play
loss,
first.
yeah.
So he had a match loss, so he couldn't play. So his team won 2-0. His team won and like carried Alpha. I was like, okay,
It's
don't worry, you're
like-
late, we got you.
Yeah, we got you. He
That
came,
was the only win for the whole tournament. Once Alpha joined,
and then the team just went downhill after that. Oh, Alfian. I wonder if Felix won his game already, and because looks like Ilham and Kelvin are like waiting to play. Jin Hao here stuck again. Graph Digger's Cage. We have Ensnaring Bridge, and it looks like Peng Jia only has one card in his hand.
That just looks like such a bad matchup for Chun Hao.
Yeah.
It is because there's so few ways for you to break through from us in Snare Bridge outside of
Ancient Grudge,
Grudge.
and
Which
I mean
now
we see
the God Digger's Cage right there.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's-
he could not. He can
Yeah.
cast it from
I
hand.
mean, like Burning Inquiry is like extra outs for you, right?
Mm.
So that
He
you
could cast it, but
I can't put play from the graveyard.
So our viewer Phantom1982 from Canada has asked us a question about how long do we think Jace will be banned again in Modern?
how long will he stay unbanned?
As a shopkeeper's point of view, I said I hope he's
Forever.
never unbanned. Yeah, I hope
He's never banned again,
Yeah.
right? I'm pretty sure. Okay, so how long was Golgari Grave Troll out? 9 months, right? About 9 months.
Yeah.
I remember it's before so after one of the Pro Tours, Golgari Grave Troll got unbanned, and then before the next Pro Tour, it was already banned within the year.
Yeah.
Same thing, because this was after the Modern Pro Tour. They unbanned like a cool card. They unbanned 2 cool cards, and it's like, yeah, you get to play with anything you want. And then before the next Pro Tour, which will be Modern in January, there'll be a ban. So that's my take. And because they want to sell like what M25.
I don't want any more ban. I don't want them to ban Jace because of the consumer confidence in
Right,
Modern.
in WotC.
Yeah, because right now Jace is currently at about in US
100, yeah.
150 US, 140 US.
Wow, so much?
I mean, we never sold any copies at 140,
Right.
so we've been selling at like 100 US, 110 US.
Okay, so
But if they're gonna ban Jace, then no one's gonna be purchasing anymore.
yeah, buying
Yeah,
cards.
big number
is
cards, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's already affecting standard a lot after the banning of.
Yeah,
Twisted
that
Hydra.
that's
Finance
unfortunate.
point of view.
But that's going to. I mean, like, the problem with that was that they made the cards for a six cycle rotation.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
understood that they switch it here and there,
Yeah.
and suddenly they're playing 2 blocks
The
that are not
prob-
supposed to see each other.
Yeah, the problem was that this would happen over 2 years. And because it's going to happen over 2 years, like, you have to make bannings over 2 years, and that is what is killing. That's what's causing all this like ban, unban type thing. So that's unfortunate. But we'll ride it out. We're all Magic players. We've been playing Magic for like God knows how long, and we'll play Magic until the heat death of the universe. So you never know.
For Jace's though, I think it's a little bit different cases than Golgari Grave Troll, meaning that you're never playing a fair deck with Golgari Grave Troll.
Yeah, that's
So
true,
when
that's
it's
true.
when it's good, it means the deck is like really broken. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Jace, you typically play in the fair deck, and there's a lot of ways in Modern to attack a fair deck.
Yeah. So
either-
we just haven't seen
Uh-huh.
like the iteration of the meta game to deal with Jaces. I think we mentioned earlier, people will start playing more Dread Balls. Who knows? People might start playing Heroes Downfall. That
Yeah.
might be a card.
Yeah.
Just saying, buy Heroes Downfall. Maybe don't buy Heroes Downfall.
Like I think Jace would not be, if it was ever going to be banned again, it would not be because it is too overpowered.
Right.
It would just be because that
Everybody's playing it.
everyone's
right.
playing it. It stifled the different type of blue decks that you could be play.
I agree with that.
But again, 4 mana is a lot for Modern, and as powerful as Jace is, I think there are quite a few ways to
deal
beat
with
it,
it,
to
yeah.
deal with it. Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I think I spoke with Edwin about this. Like, if you're tapping out and slamming a Jace on turn 4 and nothing happens, you in any spell that you did, like, it didn't have to be the Jace. Any 4-mana spell, you tap out and slam it right in a control deck, and nothing happened after that, you'll probably won the game. So it didn't have to be Jace. Jace just makes it a bit faster.
I think what Jace did was just that made Abzan extreme out of the meta game.
Did you do like the Wakanda? Like, you did the Abzan and then you did the Wakanda sign. Like,
I didn't watch.
oh man, you gotta watch Black Panther. It's not gonna be on the airplane when you're going to Germany. So see, go ghosty hosty. Say.
I think Jace is fine.
Yeah.
I feel that I enjoy playing a Jace. I enjoy playing the Jace the Jace chess magic back then during like Warwick standard.
Yeah.
And it's really punishing, and it's skill rewarding as well. Like,
Yeah.
if you're playing like a Jace mirror, like usually the more skilled players who don't
Will
slam-
relax,
yeah,
right, and just
don't
you
slam
know,
a Jace on turn 4 will usually win kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think it increases the skill gap.
yeah.
But I don't think it's ban worthy anymore.
Second player to play the Jace wins the game, right?
More like first person to resolve a
Okay.
Jace brainstorm once and then survive again.
And then survive the next turn. Yeah, but Bloodbraid Elf, I shake my head like that.
We haven't seen a Bloodbraid Elf versus Jace today on camera, right?
I haven't seen a Bloodbraid Elf yet.
Generally.
Full stop. Like, I haven't streamed a single Bloodbraid Elf deck, and I'm waiting for it. I want to see in action, but nobody's been doing that.
But the perception was that it was a very safe unban. So
No.
maybe it was just not that. I mean, I think it's very good, very good card, but it might not be a very good like game
Game-breaking
defining card.
thing,
Yeah.
I love Bloodbraid Elf, man.
Yeah.
No,
Just
man,
can't wait to
Blood-
Bloodbraid Elf into Ancestral Vision. Just that.
No, man. Bloodbraid Elf into
Cosmic Command is probably, or
Kolaghan's
Liliana
Command.
is like the strongest
Collective
thing.
Brutality.
Yeah.
Kolaghan's Command into Bloodbraid Elf into Collective Brutality. Then escalate like 2 times. Yeah, that should be game ending. Why unban the Bloodbraid Elf? Okay, but I haven't seen it yet. Like, I don't think people have
Singaporeans,
abused it yet.
man. No, I mean, if you're talking about meta game, Singaporeans love their blue cards. They like
Yeah,
to
okay,
win,
that's true.
like through incremental advantage.
I like to draw.
They don't like to I can draw 4 cards off 1 card. That kind of thing. They don't like it.
I like to draw cards, man.
So we won't say Bloodbraid Elf for a bit. Maybe give it a month or 2 where people are just sick of losing to Jace. Start bringing out the Bloodbraid Elf.
Bring out Bloodbraid Elf. They should have like a duo deck Bloodbraid Elf versus Jace Mind Sculptor. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah, talking about dual decks, the challenger decks, man, so good for consumers.
Oh,
Even for a store owner point of view, do you think that's a good thing?
Not that my inventory now has like sitting on 8 or 10 Chandras that I can't sell, but other than that, I think it's good for.
Was Chandra is Chandra Firebrand? Chandra Flame of Defiance.
There is
Torch of
one deck
Defiance,
that consists of Chandra and a Hazoret.
Torch of Defiance.
Yeah, Torch of Defiance, 1 each.
Oh my
And it's
god.
retailing at 30 US.
That's not gonna. Yeah, that's not going to.
But do you think that because there is one, players are more inclined to, or more willing to, let's say, complete the deck and buy
Yeah.
more Chandra?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But the thing is, it's not going to be a limited print run.
Uh-huh.
So that means I could order as many decks as I want from from Hasbro.
Yeah.
So what's
So-
going to happen is this guy that wants to complete his deck, he just needs to buy 4 of the deck.
Yeah.
And then
It's
he'll have
$120.
16 Uncrow Crashes, but then he has 4 Chandras to play. That's $160 for a deck that would have cost you
Yeah.
$250 or $300.
So yeah, he's going to sapu all the
Yeah.
you know.
But I think it's a good idea. I think it's we always, I mean, for store owners, it's very hard to bridge the gap between new players and into standard FNM.
Mhm.
So this is actually the best way. Instead of the Planeswalker deck that you,
Which is not playable.
yeah,
That
it's
is
not playable.
nothing.
Yeah, let's have something that's just like, just
Uh-huh.
twice the price of Planeswalker deck, and you actually can win games in FNM.
Man. But it feels so bad. Like, I mean, like, you know, I don't run the store with you guys, but like, it just feels, you know, the slighting, you know, the mom and grub shops, your local game shops. It feels.
It affects us more because we primarily do singles.
Yeah,
Our-
that's
our
right.
Biggest, I think 80%, 70% of revenue goes to singles, or 70 to 80%. But
It's
for
hell.
other stores, like maybe not in Singapore, but maybe in somewhere in Europe or somewhere in Thailand where they do more products in singles, it's probably better for them.
Nah, I don't think even in Europe, like or at least where I was. Oh, the
The mic.
mic volume. Okay. Even where I was, like there was it is you make a lot of money from singles, and you don't make that much money from product anyway.
Yeah.
So
I would think most store make a bulk of their revenue profit
From singles, right? Yeah, yeah.
Because it's I mean, like, how much you're getting from a pack? Like $2, maybe $2
Ah,
per
you-
pack.
yeah,
we
that's-
make 80 cents in Singapore per
yeah,
pack.
yeah. It's
So-
it's very competitive in Singapore,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's crazy. It's
Uh-huh.
crazy. Venom 982 saying turn up the mic. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll turn up the mic.
Okay. Now let's get back to the game itself,
Uh-huh.
where
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
podcast episode. You just tuned in. Hello everyone, welcome to the Power Podcast. My name is Ming. Okay.
but Calvin is basically showing a master class as to how these type of mana dorks and creature decks,
Get
how
you
do you
so
how
far
do you
in the
beat
game, yeah.
how do you beat a control deck? So in this game where he was get ahead in mana and then he was able to slam a Jace, that is something that is not easy for a blue-white deck to deal with.
Yeah.
They have Detention Sphere, and that's really about it. I think
And even if
Yams
it
was
is-
trying to balance it with a Cryptic Command, but after that, Calvin
can
was
you
just
do?
able to
Yeah.
replay it and then
just-
and then have a counter backup to replay it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
Jace's defeat should be destroy target Jace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
Or
Like
counter-
counter target blue spell or destroy target Jace.
Yeah. It's just
No,
missing that.
no,
It should just missing. If there is that, I think it's okay.
Then you might as well just reprint Pyro. What's that? Pyroblast?
Oh,
No,
I-
Hydroblast. Hydroblast.
Hydroblast doesn't count. Oh yeah,
no, Pyroblast.
Pyroblast.
No, but Pyroblast is not blue.
Yeah.
No. What's
should-
the blue
they should-
Pyroblast?
Uh,
They should reprint. They should print a
Hydroblast. Hydroblast will just kill off the red decks that's already been.
Pyroblast. Yeah. No, that's not it.
No, they should just destroy target Jace. There is no instant speed removal for a blue-white deck, right? Besides bouncing it with critical command and just kill.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like very, very few. Especially now that Jace is at 5 loyalty, you need like 2 hits from Celestial Colonnade to kill
Yeah.
it, which
Yeah.
is not an easy task when you still have to deal with something that's on board.
Yeah. Because it's 6 mana. Or 5.
5 mana. Your Celestial Colonnade doesn't tap when it's
Yeah.
attacking.
I think they have Detention Sphere, but that locks up their turn as well.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Jace and the fetch land. It's just like Legacy all over again.
So, how long do you think Jace is gonna get banned again?
Me, I don't think you'll get banned. I think it's still
that's
kind of
something.
fair, to be honest.
Yeah, it is fair. It's fair.
Okay, honestly, it's not fair. I see, like, how many cards does Kelvin have in his hand?
Okay, so
How many lands have he shuffled back into his deck?
yeah, the thing about Jace is that
Okay, Jace doesn't beat Affinity. Jace doesn't beat Burn. Jace doesn't
beat
Bloodbraid
deck,
out.
but
Yeah.
if it puts you far ahead, that's it.
So
That's
I
about
think
it.
the real issue with Jace is not that it is so powerful that it cannot be beat. It's more so that it altered the meta game. Or
Yeah.
shift
So
the
it's-
entire
it's
meta game
going
of
to-
in Modern
Uh-huh.
to play decks that doesn't really care about it.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
we need to wait to a point of time where
Mhm.
people are able to deal with Jace. There's the same thing with Ancestral Vision, where whoa man, I gotta buy all the Ancestral Vision and Dark Dwellers into Ancestral Vision or whatever. And nobody plays Goblin Dark Dwellers anymore.
Yeah.
Some
And-
people play Ancestral Vision.
And if anything, I actually think Jace is more powerful in a deck like Calvin Shu's
Yeah, I agree.
a Bant Knightfall deck where
Right.
you can cast a little bit earlier.
And
but-
then you got some protection as well
Yeah.
because you got creatures.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it brings in like a second angle of attack against other decks,
Mm.
whereas for a control deck, it's actually very far. As we discussed a little bit earlier, it's very hard for you to tap out turn 4 to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. So man, Ilham here just having a hell of a time against Calvin Chu's deck, and here we are again. 3 mana open for Spell Queller. You need a board wipe right now. It's gonna be tough.
let's how far Calvin is ahead right now. Maybe we can talk about what are the potential steps or draws for him to actually come back from this game. What needs to happen?
Okay, so
let me think.
Ilham
Kelvin needs to get a heart attack.
Ilham needs to draw Swarm, Thoughtseize, and then play Supreme Verdict.
Swarm Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
The Thoughtseize doesn't
No?
deal with the Jason bot still. So
Oh, okay, that's true. Yeah, and treat. I don't know whether Kelvin plays in treat. I don't think he does.
we need Kelvin to draw an extra card the next turn,
Yeah.
and then pretend that he forgot, and then or Jace brainstorms and draw 4 cards instead of 2, or 3. That's the only way I think that.
I had this
Okay.
discussion with.
Yeah.
I think GPKL. Like we were having dinner with Alfian and gang. It's like Mick. I think you can make like top 8. I was like, no. I ended day 1 in 7-2. I'm definitely not making top 8. Then we were trying to think of ways like how another 32 people in front of me will die before I make the top 8.
So it's possible the way that would happen is, let's say if Ilham is playing Entreat the Angels,
Right.
and he
So just
miracle it
off.
with
I mean, this is deciding.
So this is a deciding game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
miracle it and then with it dispel back up.
Right. Okay.
So, but that would require for Calvin to tap really low on mana where he couldn't double counter.
Right.
So that would be essentially the only realistic way for Ilham to come back into this game, and
Yeah.
that's given if he play Entreat the Angel, which we are not sure if there's any in his list. Yeah.
So yeah, I man. Terminal. Okay, so same thing goes. Like he needs to miracle off something, maybe a Terminus, that will wipe away the entire board. That would save him a lot of mana, which means that then he can activate his Celestial Colonnade, and then swing in at the Jace. But right now we see, Ilham's Jace of his own, and potentially that might get eaten up by a Spell Queller or a Cryptic Command. But it looks like the Jace is going to resolve.
Yeah, he's desperately trying to brainstorm into some actions, and just throwing it away when they get attacked by Voice of Resurgence next turn.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he could play the Snapcaster Mage just as a chump blocker.
Oh, very interesting. He choose to Fate
Fate
Seal.
Seal.
Yeah. Which is not a bad play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets it out of killing range.
Mhm.
And then next turn you brainstorm. Oh, okay, of course you can collect the company. But that might get met with a Dispel. Let's see whether there's a Spell Queller on Calvin Chu's side. It looks like there is.
So the problem is if there's only one spell that that's a
Oh, okay,
very
so second collector company. Okay, so this might
because
be-
it looks like that Calvin only have one answer. So he's casting the second company to see if he can hit a spell caller,
Right.
or something like that.
Oh, but he doesn't isn't able to.
Yeah.
The spell does get rid of one collector company, but right now we are Ilham is facing down 2 Knight of the Red.
It might just be lethal depending on how many lands is in the graveyard.
Does he have
Because
none?
Ilham is actually at only 12.
Right. So that's what 4 lands in the graveyard. So each one is 6.
6. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
all
12.
attacks, yeah. And then he probably had that one counter that Calvin was choose to not counter that collected company.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's 14 points of damage on the table right now. Path to Exile does change the math a little bit. Ilham here just shrugs. Yeah, you got me. You got me, cowboy.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
So
the
the-
handshake,
yeah.
and team Sasapao, despite being very nice to eat, wins the monthly tournament. But the winning team, I think all the members of the winning team get enough points and qualify for the seasonal qualifier. So have you qualified for the seasonal qualifier?
I haven't played much.
You haven't
Work has been really busy for me. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, neither have I. I usually Okay, so I usually stream it. I usually cast it, but I usually qualify for every of the season qualifiers.
Yeah.
I just, my name's there, and then I drop the first round. So
I see.
that's
But for those who are watching, I think this game, it's a very good master class of how to beat a control deck.
Yes.
With this type of mana creatures and multiple threats.
Yeah.
Kelvin was able to navigate very precisely against counter magic or against Wrath or however it might be to pressure the control player from multiple angles.
Yeah, keeping the right hands is also important. Like, just watch this video over and over and over again. Maybe put it on mute because there was an entire section where we went off on a tangent on Bloodbraid Elves and Jason My Sculptors. Who knows? Okay, thank you for joining us, and thanks Felix for joining us.
Thank you.
You were supposed to have a team to play with, but yeah,
That's okay. Today was very fun, so thank you for having me here. I look forward to see if there's any more opportunities to do more casting. Yeah.
Hey man, welcome back anytime. Okay, remember you can join us on the stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Singapore time. Twitch.tv/GreyOgreGames. You want to watch replays? It's all there. I think we've got like 300, 400 hours worth of replays. Of course, some of them are quite old, so just watch the latest stuff. YouTube.com/GreyOgreGames, and do check out our website GreyOgreGames.com if you want to find out more about the Grey Ogre Games Invitationals and how you can win up to $5,000 just for yourself. All right. Thanks for joining us. If you like what we do, like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends, tell your aunt that there's these two crazy guys in the booth every Wednesday talking about Magic the Gathering. She probably doesn't know what Magic the Gathering is. If she does, she's a cool aunt. Alright, we'll see you guys. Bye-bye.